Hello everybody. Today I'm setting up a tutorial on Java, and the first tutorial will be setting up our environment. Now, what is an environment? It's basically the workstation you're going to be working on. So first off, since we're working with Java, we need to get the Java program, or or as we refer it to as a JDK. So go on Google or whatever your favorite net search is, and type in JDK 1.6, and then the first link is usually the best, usually correct. So as you open it, it is under Oracle, and the one that we are going to get will be JDK 7 plus Java EE. Now, what you have to do here is go through some of the process and download the one that is under Windows. And before you can do anything, you have to accept the Oracle's license agreement. Now you can download this. Once you have downloaded this program executable installer, it will run on itself and start installing the Java platform and setting your own environment variables correctly. After that, we will need to download our environment editor. The editor that I am going to be using will be Eclipse. So again, go on to your search, and right now this is popping up asking me if I want to open my Java. Just say yes, and it'll launch the installer. In the meantime, we can look at Eclipse. So once you found Eclipse downloads, open it up. Again, download the first one, Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers. Download that one. My computer is a Windows 64-bit, so I will click on this. And then there's a bunch of mirrors you can choose from to download from. I'm from Canada, so like this one would be ideally the best, and it'll start downloading. Now this is the Java EE6 SDK, the developers package. What you want to do is just click next, typical installation, and then Glassfish is a server that you can use to host your websites once you're done. I'll explain this in a further later on class, but for now just click next. All these settings you don't have to worry about it yet, and then click install will start installing your Java onto your computer. For this purpose of this video, I already have my installed, so I don't need to do this, and I already have my own Eclipse, so I do not need to do this either. So for you, once you're done downloading the Eclipse, you will go into your download folder, and then you will see this Eclipse JEE. All you have to do now is unpackage this, unzip this to whatever you want, wherever you need to. I have it in my my own username and then Eclipse, so it's under this directory. I'll just open it and run and open this executable. And when you start up Eclipse, it will ask you for a workspace. This is basically just what folder do you want to be working on. Typically, you would want to work on a separate workspace for each of your projects. So right now, I'll just put one as tutorial and say OK. Oops, that did not change my tutorial. That did not open. Weird. Try this again. Now, this should work. Click OK. Now, Eclipse will open itself right now. Eclipse is an editor. As an editor, basically it allows you to write your programs. People back in the day would use like what? Notepad and Word documents. Those aren't the way to go. Those are very bad tools for writing code, especially Java code. Okay, so now we have this opened, and it's just a welcome message. You can go through the tutorials, you can go try out some samples, but for the purpose of this class, we'll just start by clicking away from the welcome, go to your Project Explorer, click New, select Project. Now we'll be doing a Java tutorial, so let's click on Java Project. Click Next. The project name will be tutorial, whatever you need. Select the executional environment. Remember, you can only do this after you have installed Java. If your installation of Java is not complete, your Eclipse will not run. So click on that, and then click Next. Now this is asking what kind of dependencies that your project is going to have. So basically these are all fairly advanced, so for the purpose of this tutorial, again, we'll just leave them as B and just finish. Eclipse will ask you whether you want a perspective. A perspective is basically how the environment is going to set up right now. So Eclipse is smart enough to tell you that since this is a Java project, maybe you should use this Java perspective to write your code. So what this perspective does is shows a package explorer. And what's a package? Well, we'll learn that later on. If you want to change perspective, on the right top corner, there's two things. As you can see, there's two tabs here. One is Java perspective. The other is Java EE perspective. The difference between them is very small, but Java EE is for servers and web development. So there's extra tabs here that you can use. But for now, we'll just stick with Java. So now you have your environment set up, you have your source, your project set up, and you have a source directory. So we can create a new code. But for now, let's review what we have done. And if you have any questions that you want to ask, or if you click one of these buttons by mistake, please go to my website, which is listed in the description of this video, and I'll gladly write you an email explaining how to fix it. So this is Thomas Lee, and you've been learning Java. Thank you, and stay tuned for more tutorials later on. Bye bye.